Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I deserve to say I'm sorry, so lie, pretend that you're okay.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com.
Trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows.
Alright, hey, what's going on, everyone? Sorry to let those songs play so long. I just really like this song. I just found this yesterday. Okay, so here's what's going on. I want to put this out there because there's a couple of things that have actually been happening. I'm not going to use this word, I think, for the first time ever, but it's been happening to the collective. And it's because of where we're at right now. Venus is in retrograde. Mercury just went into retrograde. The moon is almost full right now. It is causing a couple things to go on.
Life kept spitting at my
Alright, so if you're having a lot of stress right now, like your forehead is tight, or if it just happened yesterday, it's because of all the pressure and the energy that's going on. Remember, the Earth, Moon, planets, the Sun, they are all magnetically pulling, and it's what's keeping everything in place, okay? So there's an electromagnetic connection that all the planets have.
oh, do we say goodbye?
So for those of you that are water signs and or have a moon water sign, a first house water sign, it's probably going to be affecting you a lot right now, okay? So if you're going through a lot of stress right now, just go with it. Do your deep breathing, stretch, do yoga, or if you can't even do that, curl up in bed and just cry.
I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize.
Okay, so the purpose of this video is this right here, incoming right now. So if it hasn't already happened, I'm sorry I didn't get this video out sooner. I should have gotten it out sooner.
Too many things to criticize.
Alright, so here's what's going to happen for a lot of you. The narcissist is going to come back. It may not be the last one. It might be one before that or one before that. Regardless, you're going to be tested. So here's the deal. Get your shields back up. Alright, get your wall of China back up and prepare yourself. They are coming in. They are, I promise you, they're going to come at you. So here's the deal. They're going to come in. They're going to be nice. They might even give you a gift. They're going to act like nothing ever happened. You may have had a falling out with them before you even knew what a narcissist was. So you may not think that this person is a narcissist, but you did have a falling out with them. It's somebody that you just, something happened and you're like, I've just had it, and you were done with them. They're essentially going to play all the games, okay? But they're going to do it with a smile on their face, okay? So they're going to call you, text you, maybe send you money, you know, who knows? They're going to find a way in, okay? And they're going to act like nothing ever happened, like everything you left on good terms. Like, not only that, but they're going to act like they just talked to you yesterday.
Refuse to question why.
Okay, so to forgive me for not saying your first name right, Verithragna Ashkan, they did not destroy you, they did not ruin you, okay? You're going to be fine, and no, you're not an idiot. They make you feel like an idiot, but you're not an idiot. What they did essentially was they cracked you open, and opening up can be very painful. I promise you this journey that you're on right now is going to be it's going to be a very rewarding journey. I didn't say it was going to be easy. I didn't say we're going to have nights and even weeks and even months where you cry all the time. But it's a healing process that you're going through, okay? So listen to my videos. Go back in the last 2 or 3 months. You're going to learn a lot from what I've been saying recently. It's going to help you to heal. Okay, so back to the original message of Mercury in retrograde, etc. So this returns energy. So again, all right, it's not all bad news, because good things can come back too, such as money that was owed to you, maybe a gift that was owed to you, things that you lost, etc. Even good friends can come back.
Down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames.
All right, so the way that I handle things, this actually happened through an email thing I did. I got contacted by a couple people a while back, and I didn't know who they were, and they said, "Oh, let me help you," blah blah blah. So what I do is I will give out false information, and I'll do it to different information to different people, because it lets me know where's the leak. So literally, it'll come back around and be like, "Oh, I know who did it." So I actually did this recently through this email thing. This was a few months, oh, maybe a little bit more than a few months back, but it was a while back. I caught the person. So another thing, more direct to what's going on right now, someone's going to contact you. It's going to be someone that you knew. So essentially, it's almost the same thing, but you don't quite give all that information. It's more like you just go along with the play. You go along with. Now here's the thing: you don't have to do it. Now I do it. I did it. I just did it recently. I just act like, "Oh yeah, nothing ever happened, man. How's it going?" And I just listen and pay close attention to the voice and what they're saying, etc. And they'll pull their narcissistic games on you. So they'll say things like, "Oh, it's God, how to explain this?" It's like they'll contact you, but then they, you say, "Hey, what's going on? Like, why are you calling me out? Or why are you doing this all of a sudden? Or why are you contacting me? Or what's going on? What's up?" And they just kind of leave you hanging, which is a very narcissistic thing. They say, "Oh, then they'll eventually say, 'Oh, I'll call you in a little bit down the road,' and then they don't." So it's a very narcissistic thing that they do. So here's what they're going to do. The goal is to try to get an emotional reaction out of you. They're trying to upset you, hurt you, make you mad, frustrated, whatever. So here's the deal. You go into it knowing like, yep, know what this fucker's doing. So it gives you a different perspective. All of a sudden, you're not blind anymore. It's like all of a sudden you can start to see their games. Like, oh, this person's come back to play another game, and you just watch it. So what does this do for you? It puts you in a completely different position. It's like you're coming from a position of power now. Now you're watching this little being, this little person try to play these little games, and you're just going, wow, I can't believe I fell for this before. But this time around, it's like you're up in the stands, and you're up in the box up where the coaches are way up above the stands on the football field. And you're just looking at this person going, dude, I can see you. I can see what you're doing. But they don't think you can. It's a really empowering place to be. It's like you know what's going on. You see what they're doing. And here's one of the things you learn from doing this. You can hear it in their voice. Like they'll say, "Hey man, I really, really want to talk to you. I'll really, meet me at this place tomorrow." They're not going to show up. Like you could hear it in their voice when they're like, "I really want to talk to you, man. I really do." Like you can hear the bullshit. You can hear it in their tone. "I really want to talk to you. Meet me at Starbucks tomorrow. I really, really want to talk to you." "Okay, at this time, yeah, I'll be there." And you can tell like they're not going to fucking be there. It's all of a sudden you can go, "Holy shit!" I can literally hear it in their voice. Now here's the deal. You don't have to deal with them. You can just hang up on them. You can just delete them, block them, block the new number that they're calling you from. Just be like, "No, I'm not dealing with this." Or another thing you can do, you can say, "Hey, you know what? I'm busy right now. Can I call you back?" And then don't even say, "Can I call you back at another time?" And then just don't call them. And if they call back a couple days later, a week later, say, "Oh man, you got me at a bad time. Can I call you back? I can't talk today, but I'll give me a little while and I'll call you back." And then just don't call them. Eventually they're gonna get it. So you might be going, "But why would you do this?" Because it shows the narcissist that you're onto their bullshit and you're literally playing them. You're using their tools on them, and there's nothing worse for a narcissist is for you to use their game against them. It's like they played themselves once again. And that is not your fault at all, okay? So if they call again, then what you say is you say, look, man, I'm busy right now. Don't call me, I'll call you. And shift your voice like that. Say, don't call me, I'll call you. You've literally just completely and totally shifted power into your hands. You're literally telling them, like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm not interested in talking to you.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my
This will rip his guts out or her guts out. They will not be able to deal with it. See, here's the thing. If they keep coming back to you and all you do is be nice to them, they're going to keep coming back. But if they keep coming back and they keep getting this after 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, they're not going to be sleeping well at night. They're going to go, what the fuck's going on here? It's going to drive them up the fucking wall. They will not sleep well. They will not focus at work. They're going to hate it. So then after that, what you can say is, if they call again, say, look, man, you're really not getting it. I have no interest in talking to you. I don't want to talk to you. I have absolutely zero interest in talking to you. Bye. What you're going to learn eventually, the hard way or not, is they're coming back to destroy you. They have no intentions of being nice to you. Sure, they're going to be nice. They're going to have a smile on their face. They're going to be all sweet. They're probably going to give you money, buy you things. They might even offer to take you out to dinner. But I promise you, they're going to be devaluing you. They're going to be gutting you. They're going to be gutting you like a fish. Guarantee it. Hands down. No questions asked. Do you know why they're coming back? Because they are fucking desperate as fuck. They're not coming back to love you. They're not coming back because they care. That's such a load of shit, okay? So you're going to have to get over that. Move on. I promise you, if you do what I'm telling you to do, your self-respect, your self-esteem will go through the roof, and you will finally understand what it means to love yourself. This is what it means when people say you have to love yourself. It means you have to protect yourself. You have to love yourself enough to stand up for yourself. When you do that, something inside switches. You start to feel good about yourself again. You start to feel good about life again. You start to do things that you want to do. You start going out in public. You start going after your goals. You start going after your dreams, because there's this inner power that starts to come out. But first, you have to stand up for yourself. That's where it starts. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be that way towards people that you're close to, that you've known for a while, people that have proven to you that they have a good heart and that they understand to respect you and love you and honor you. The lesson the empath has to learn is not to be open to anyone and everyone every single moment of the day. No, you have to learn to pull out your sword, put on your armor, and be strong. Keep the barrier up to those people you don't know very well. Pay attention to people you just met. Get to know them. It takes time. And once you discover someone's a narcissist, give them the honey badger technique. Yep, armor up, shield up. You don't give a shit. Again, it doesn't mean you have to be this way towards people that you're close to, people that are loved ones, okay? So, one thing you've got to remember is, narcissists are boundary busters. Their whole deal is, it's like, okay, here's the deal. Empaths are the complete opposite. It's like we both have a lesson to learn, but from the opposite side of the spectrum, the opposite side of the fence. Empaths, you need to learn to have fucking boundaries. You need to put boundaries up. Period. End of sentence. Narcissists are what we call boundary crashers. It's like they can't help it. They don't even know any better. Their whole thing is they want to crash through your boundaries and they want to control you. Honest to God, it's exactly like war. It's like you guys have your shields up. You've got your Great Wall of China up. So what are they going to do? They're going to bomb and bomb and bomb. And they're going to explode that Great Wall of China. That's what they're going to do. Now, if you don't have a boundary, they're like, oh, even better. Let me just walk on in. And if you think they're going to be nice, they're not. They're going to stab you. They're going to hurt you. They're going to destroy you. They're going to do everything they can. Their number one job is to destroy everything that you know who you are so they can make you into who they want you to be. And we've all agreed to say absolutely hell no to that, okay? So one of the reasons, something I realized this morning, I made a video about it a while back. It's like, I was trying to figure out, like, why is there a sudden surge of people commenting and coming to my channel and subscribing? You know what, I know I've said a bunch of things, but what I really think it is like this image. Like, you want to live, you want to be alive, you want to go out there and live your life to the fullest. You want to enjoy life. You want to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. And you know what it is? You want to feel emotions again at the level that you used to feel them. You want to laugh. You want to smile. You want to feel joy. You want to cry. You want to burst out in tears. You want to live fully and completely. You want to feel. And you know what? That's why I'm here. That's what my life is about. That's why I think my videos are different than other narcissists. Because I think a lot of them are droning on about this is what they do. And I'm out here with my heart and my soul. I'm inspiring. I'm motivating. I'm saying, hey, get back up. Stand up. Start throwing some fists. Start fighting back. I went to a very, very expensive Tony Robbins seminar. It was about a 5.5 day, maybe 6 day seminar. It was way back in 92 or 91, maybe 93. And one day, there was about 4 hours we set aside for this very specific thing. It was like, what is your purpose of life? So one thing is like, what is life to you? So to some people, life is a dance. Life is a vacation. Life is an art. Life is music. Life is ballet. Life is whatever. Okay, life. For some people, life sucks. Life, all these horrible negative things. And you look at them, their life does suck. So here's the cool thing about this. You get to choose what is life to you. I chose life as a vacation because I worked so goddamn hard my whole life that it was like everything was work. And then all of a sudden I started making money doing what I loved, starting to travel. People were paying me to fly out to Kansas, fly out to Washington, D.C., fly out to, all kinds of places, Arizona, et cetera, et cetera. And all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is really fun. And these people were paying me a ton of money. I was going everywhere. I was going to Hawaii. I mean, okay, I'm going to stop right there, but you get the point. And the funny thing is, like, I was walking away getting paid a ton of money. I'm like, I'm on San Diego beaches. I'm on Hawaiian beaches. Like, man, like, what? Like, it was unreal. And I love my work. And that one shift, life is, you need to decide. You need to consciously pick what is life to you. Okay? Right now, you're probably saying life sucks. Life is death. Life is dealing with narcissists. Life is, all these horrible things. What do you want it to be? What do you really want it to be? And remember, you can change it down the road. But right now, what is the next step? What do you want life to be? Just pick it. There's no right or wrong answer. The other thing we did was this, is we had to pick our purpose. Like, what is your purpose in life? And I thought, I don't know. And they're like, I might make a separate video, but one of the things people get mixed up with is what we call vehicles, okay? So you think, like, what's the perfect job? It's like, no, you can live your purpose in almost any job. And it was like, well, what do you do? Like, my whole thing, okay, in high school, 2 years in a row in wrestling, I won the, I think actually it was all 4 years. No, it wasn't 4 years, 3 years. I won the most inspirational trophy. It was this massive trophy, about big ball, had all these things signed. It was chrome. It was about, I think, 3.5 feet tall or something like. It was a big, heavy trophy. And I remember when I won it, it surprised me. And I looked at the coach. It's like, me? Like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know what the word inspiration meant. I'm not kidding. And you got to keep this trophy for 1 year until the next, after the end of the wrestling season when we had the banquet. So you had to bring it to the banquet and it was going to be given the next person. And they already had their name engraved and they're going to put that plate on underneath the last person. And so here's the deal. I won it again. And I remember looking at the coaches like, what is this? Like, I didn't even understand what the hell I was taking home. So eventually I learned what the word meant. And I don't know if the coach brought this up, but there was a wrestling match. I was, I think, a junior, and we were going to this double meet where you wrestle the same team. So you wrestle like 4 or 5 teams one day, and then you wrestle them the next day. And we had wrestled this one team that was really good, and Steve was about 145 pounders, about 20 pounds lighter than me. And I think it was a sophomore. And I remember he didn't even warm up for his match. I'm like, yo, bro, you going to warm up for what? You're coming up like in 2 matches. And he goes, yeah, I don't care. I'm like, what's with the negative attitude? He goes, dude, he pinned me in like 30 seconds, dude. Or no, it was 1 minute. He goes, he pinned me like in 1 minute and I think it was just under a minute. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I saw it. I go, so? He goes, well, dude, I can't beat the guy. I'm like, how do you know? I go, dude, he got one good move on you, dude. I go, how do you know you can't beat this guy? He goes, dude, he's a senior. He went to state last year. There's no fucking way I can beat this guy. So I pretty much got pissed off, and I said, you know what, dude? And I start yelling at him, trying to motivate him, and that wasn't working. And he started to cry, I think, if I remember right. I'm like, dude, what's going on? He goes, Mike, the guy's too good. He goes, I can't do anything against the guy. So Steve was intimidated. He was younger. It was only his second year wrestling. The other guy had been wrestling since he was like in 4th grade. I mean, there was a difference. I understood that. So then I said, okay, I tell you what, fine. So you didn't get past the 1 minute mark. And I think it was 30 seconds. It was under 30 seconds he got pinned because it was a really quick pin. And he was embarrassed is what it was. So I said, I tell you what, fine, let's do this. Why don't you see if you can get past 30 seconds? Don't give up. No matter what you do, fight your ass off for 30 seconds. You can do that. And just don't let him pin you. I don't care if he's got you on your back. I don't care if he's out pointing you. But just keep going and don't let him do it. Fight your ass off. And I said, you know what, dude? If you want to quit right then and there, just let him pin you. Walk off the mat. When the coach starts to yell at you, I'll stand between you two and I'll tell the coach what we agreed on. And all of a sudden, a smile came over his face. He goes, are you serious? I go, I'm dead serious. I will literally yell at the coach, and I will scream at him, okay? He goes, all right, man. So all of a sudden, he's motivated. And then I said, you know what, Steve? He goes, what? I go, tell you what, if you get past 30 seconds, see if you can take it past 1 minute. That's all I want, just 1 fucking minute. And he goes, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it. And he's just like fired up, and he's stretching, he's doing jump jacks, warming up. And the kid's fired up, and I said, you know what, fuck it. If you get past 1 minute, see if you can fucking pin him. Just go balls to the wall, see if you can do it. So Steve gives me a high five, or we slapped hands or whatever, and they called him right when I said that. He runs out on the fucking mat. Now, all the other coaches, the reason why I was talking to Steve, because coach like, hey man, Steve's like really bummed out. Can you do something? And they're looking at me like, what the fuck did you just do? And Steve's out there like he is fucking mean. He is aggressive. He's looking at this dude like, I'm going to take you the fuck down. Steve takes the guy down and pins him in under 30 seconds. Steve actually won the award for the quickest pin of the tournament. I don't remember exactly if it was 20 seconds or 19, but it was a quick pin. So Tony Robbins is sitting there saying, look, don't get your vehicle mixed up with your purpose. Your purpose you can apply to many different areas. And he was explaining how motivation could be applied to being an ambulance driver or a paramedic, or it could be used for being a football coach or a baseball coach, or it could be used for helping elderly people, take that one step, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought, okay, so I understood the purpose. You can plug into different vehicles, okay? It doesn't have to be, because the confusion I got is like, well, what is the one job that I need to do, right? And something Tony said, I think I read it in 2 books that were about the same thing. One is, I could do anything if I only knew what it was. The other one is called Witchcraft, How to Get What You Really Want, okay? So by Barbara Sher. Well, both of them were by Barbara Sher. So the first one was, I could do anything if I only knew what it was. And the next one's called Witchcraft, How to Get What You Really Want, okay, by Barbara Sher, S-H-E-R. And the one thing that they all said, I don't remember if it was in both the books, but I definitely remember one of them said it, maybe 2. But it's something that you do every day and you don't even know you're doing it. It's something you do at your job. You could be a cashier. You could be taking care of kids. You could be just having a conversation with something. It's something that you do all the time and you don't even realize that you're doing it. So here I am at a Tony Robbins seminar, remembering what I did for Steve. His name was Steve Rodriguez, and the wrestling tournament. And it hit me like, I'm always doing that on the football field. It could be on art class, music. It could be just some kid in high school who just was, insecure and whatever. And here I am motivating, like, dude, you could do it. Get in the gym. You would not believe how many people's lives, people who've never lifted weights, who've never done a sport, after having one conversation with me, they come back a year later. I'm like, holy shit. They're like, yeah, dude. Remember, I couldn't even bench 100 pounds. Now I'm benching 250. Now I'm on the football team, or now I'm studying jujitsu, or blah, blah, blah. And I've won 2 tournaments. Someone who has been pushed around their whole life. So then Tony had us write a couple sentences down up to a paragraph, and it was like, what is your purpose? And it's just like, it came to me, and it was like, my purpose is to motivate people. Okay. And then Tony says it has to be for yourself and others. It can't be just giving. You've got to do it to yourself also. So the purpose of my life is to motivate myself and others to believe, dream, and be alive with passion, power, and excitement. In a million years, I never in a million years would I have thought that I would be coaching people on narcissist abuse, inspiring them to get out of the darkness, because I know exactly what it's like when you're down in that dark place. You just feel like, especially for me, it was like, what happened to me? Like, I was this really inspiring person. I was living life. I was going 100 miles an hour. I was eating food. I was going to restaurants. I was traveling. I was inspiring people. I was coaching. It's like, I felt like I was in this dark place. It's like, well, what happened? I honestly, there was a point, and I don't mean for a day or two or a moment. I mean for 2 years about, I didn't think I was ever going to get back up. I'm a professionally trained life coach, personal development coach, NLP trainer. That's neuro-linguistic programming, a very powerful form of psychology and healing art. I'm also trained as a master practitioner in timeline therapy. I'm a master practitioner of Ericksonian hypnosis, Reiki, Huna, pranic healing, and a lot more. If you need help, get a hold of me and I will change your life.
I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay.
God bless you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, click subscribe, click the like button, make a comment, and if you want to make a donation, there's a PayPal link right below here in the description box, okay? Hey, go to my website at mikecolleen.com. It helps give views over there, and it'll help me to understand who's actually listening. All right, guys. Peace.
Too many things to criticize.